Hey guys, in this video we're going to paint this cute little beach scene with the flip-flops. It's your choice whether you want to put the name on it or not, up to you. I'm going to get started with just getting my paint, a little bit of each color scooped out onto my plate. I've got a jar with water. Mine's dirty. I just used it for another painting, but that's all right. You're going to want to make sure you have some kind of water. I have an assortment of brushes, different sizes, and I have a towel just to keep my brushes dry after cleaning, and then in case I have any spills. So I'm going to start with my sand, and that is going to be this orangish color mixed with a lot of white. So just take a little on your brush, stir it into quite a bit of your white, maybe a little darker than that. I'm not going to overmix it. It's okay if I have some little dark streaks throughout. That's perfectly fine. I'm just going to get this all filled in. Also, if you just want to take some white in also, I just said also twice, just to blend it out, blend it through. So I like that it gets a little streaky, so it's not just one flat color. So feel free to work in a little bit more white in some areas. And this keeps wiggling. Do nice long strokes, try to get smooth, even paint. Just gonna flip it so I can get that very bottom without the lip of my easel being in the way. I don't know how I got red on my thumb. Right from one of my past paintings. Maybe still a little wet over here on the easel. Okay, so I have my beach all filled in. I'm going to work on the sky. Well, it's not really the sky. It's the ocean. Just the top, I'm going to do a little bit more blue. And I'm going to add, as I work down, more of the turquoise color. So clean brush. Dry it off on a towel. At this very top, I'm just going to take a little bit of my blue here and just kind of run it across. Nice long straight stroke. Then I'm just going to take white on my dirty brush and blend it out. It's okay that it stays a little streaky. You want the colors to kind of variate. You don't want just one solid, like one tone of blue. So I've got that top bit done. Now I'm just going to work in turquoise. Nice straight across. You can blend up into that blue just a little. Get some more in. And then just work my way down, adding more white in. And depending on how bright you want this color, just depend, like you can put more of the turquoise in if you want. I'm gonna add a little bit more as I'm working down. But you see, I'm keeping my strokes nice and level, nice and straight across. I'm gonna get about to this point here, or have, I don't know, an inch or two. Well, that's not a good gauge because some of you might be doing this on a larger canvas. Once you have like half of that water filled all the way in. So from the top of my canvas down, this space here, so about half. Now I'm really gonna hit it with white. So at this point, going down, it's gonna be mostly white paint. It's blended through and down. So I should have very little color coming in at this point. A little bit does come off my brush, that's perfectly fine. We like that streakiness. I'm gonna get all the way to this curve. Just want a nice thin coat of paint filling in all this. Then when this is a little bit more dry, I'm gonna just hit it with a little bit more white. If I do it now, it's just gonna blend in. And I want it to be bright white and I don't really want it to blend. I'm also gonna take just a little bit of the turquoise on my brush. Just kind of push it out, just so my brush is fairly flat. And just very lightly, just put some very thin little strokes through. But you can't see it all. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone, let that dry a little. Meanwhile, we can start working on our flip-flops. So this is where you can kind of customize and make this your own, depending on how many people are in your family, or you know, whatever you want to do with this painting. If you just want one pair of flip-flops, perfect. You just put in one, you know, pretty decent sized pair. If you need 4 pair, you're gonna, you know, want to kind of eyeball, kind of make room for all 4 pair. Like the mommy and daddy flip-flops will be a little bit bigger, and then, you know, your children, your flip-flops will be a little bit smaller. So to start, I am going to, let's see, I think I'm just gonna paint them. Did I do them all white to start? I don't think that's really necessary. No, I'm gonna blow this dry. Just make sure this is dry. Why is this not? Oh, because it's not plugged in. Hold on. I brought the extension cord over, but just never plugged it in. Okay. So I'm going to paint this like a family of 4. I'll do daddy flops, mommy flops, and then 2 children ones. And depending on if you have boys, girls, whatever, that's how you'll decorate your flip-flops. You can do it however you want, whatever colors you want. So this first pair, I'm just going to do kind of a dark blue. I'm just going to stir a little white in with my blue. I don't want it quite that dark. Maybe a little lighter. And my first one, I'm gonna put in, I'm gonna leave a little room at the top because I am gonna put like a little bit of wave kind of splashing in with some white. So give myself a little bit of room and just kind of like bean shaped. Curves in and kind of curves out. There's my left one. Do the other one. The bean kind of turns the other way. Oh, that's a little weird. A little bit bigger. So I'll just adjust my first one. So it's, you know, same size feet. Just make that one a little bit bigger. So my next pair, I'll do mama flip-flops, maybe right in this area. Cleaning out my brush. How about red? Let's do red. Just a little red on my brush. And we'll put hers here. So do the curved edge here on that side. And then do a bean shape on the other. And once I get that shape on there, like I can adjust it. So if I want the bottom a little skinnier than the top, I'll just make the bottom a little bit bigger, or the top a little bigger. So I can change the shape a little bit. So there's one. I'll put the other one here. So this side is the curved side. And then I have a pair, I can put a little pair here and maybe a little pair up there. If you would like to draw this out with pencil first, feel free. I just can't pre-draw these for you because everyone's is going to be a little bit different. This way you can customize it how you want. So let's do a little green pair. Maybe for a little boy. I mean, little girls like green too, so whatever you want to do. I'm going to make a nice bright green. So how about yellow and turquoise? Let's do a nice bright green. Then I want to lighten it with some white. So it does help to put white in your color just so that it blocks out the color behind. Since we have that sand color there, we kind of want to get that, a lot of white stirred into that so that it will block out that color beneath. Let's do, so I'm going to put them kind of here, and then I could put the other pair here. And these I want to make sure I get smaller. So, got this little pair. Maybe one here. Little beans. Then I'll stick another pair up there. We'll do those pink. So white, some red, a nice bright pink. And right here, let's get another little set of beans. Okay, so I'm going to work on the straps, and I'm just going to paint them all in white to start, and then I can choose what colors I want. I'm going to use a smaller brush and just some white paint. Let me find a clean little spot of white so I don't get weird colors in it. A little white, my smaller brush, and a little way down. Probably, I don't even know if that's dry. I'm going to say sure. So a little bit way down, and I'm just going to do a little curved line like that. Just slightly curved. And then the other side, like that. And the white ones. The red ones. So these are kind of like wishbone shaped a little bit. This one's definitely not dry. Let me blow it dry real quick. Right off my brush from those flip-flops. Kind of bled, they weren't dry. So it blended in with my white. Let's just go right over top. Nice clean white. These little guys. And I am going to go over these one more time just to make sure they're blocking out that blue color. So whatever color I decide to make the straps, oh, that little fat, that's okay. That'll block out that color underneath. So I'm going to go and I'll do those. My nice lime green color. It's right on my plate. I used it already for this pair. And you can do these any way you want. It doesn't have to be the same color schemes that I've used. So whatever you're in the mood for. Or like whatever colors kind of match your decor. I'm going to do that one, the red pair. I'm going to make that yellow strap. So I'm just clean out my brush. I'm going to just take a little bit of white. I just like to stir a little white in with my colors. It just helps them show up better. That one, how about we make them reverse of the blue ones? So we'll make those straps blue. And I have that color on my plate. It was blue with just a little white stirred in. And I'm going to leave those white and just put little flowers on them. So just with a little bit of white paint, I'm just going to fluff out, make little cute little flowers right on like where they connect. Little fluff balls. And the red flip-flops, I'm going to put polka dots on. And you could do bigger ones or tiny ones, whatever you want. You could do stripes, hearts, zigzags, plaid. You could put big flowers on these. Let me just go over this one more time with the white, since that's the color it's staying. Okay. So I'm going to put a little shadow on the side of the flip-flops where they're kind of laying in the sand. So I'm going to use this color we mixed in with this color, like white, to make the sand color. I'm going to make that same color, but just a little bit darker this time. So a little white mixed in with that burnt orange color. And on the left-hand side of each one of the flip-flops, I'm just going to put a thin little line to create kind of like this little shadow where they're, excuse me, sitting on the sand. Okay. Next, I'm going to put a little shadow on the inside of each side of the flip-flops, on the strap, on the under part, in this area. So whatever color you chose to do your flip-flops, you're just going to add a teeny tiny bit of black in with that color. I don't even have black on my plate. Whale. We better get some black. Just a smidge. This color we need just like the eensy-weensy-est bit. So, blue flip-flops. Here's my color. Take just a little bit of black. Stir that in. This darker bit of blue on the inside of the strap. I'm just gonna make this little line. So I've got this little shadow. The yellow one. Well, I guess it's the red one. The red one. Tiny bit of black with some red. Get that a little darker. Same thing, just that little bit of a shadow line. The green one. I'll just take a tiny bit of black and with a little bit of my green here. It could have maybe been a little bit darker, but that's okay. I don't want it to be too dark. And then my pink one. I'm just gonna add more red, just make it a little darker, or even just use plain red. That'll work just fine. Create that little shadow. I'm gonna finish up the flowers on those pink ones. And I'm just gonna take a little dab of yellow and just dot the middles. A little center on the flower. So now I'm gonna finish up my ocean. I'm gonna get my bigger brush. So bigger brush, just some white paint. And I'm gonna go right on the edge here with my white paint. It's not thick, really. To start, we're just gonna brighten up that edge. I'm gonna overlap down onto the sand. And then on the overlap, just gonna dab in some white paint. Leave it kind of textured, kind of thick and globby. And it's just kind of where the waves crashing on the beach. I just kind of go every which way with my brush and layer it on. So the very last part up here is the name you want to put. I'm also going to put like a little highlight on my flip-flops. I feel like I need like a little bright spot. So just using a little bit of white and a small narrow brush, I'm just going to put little swoops. And just kind of stick to the same side on both. So at the left-hand side, the left strap, a little swoop, and do the strap on just the one. Do this one. And since those are already white, I'm just gonna leave that alone. I need the bigger swoop. So the name obviously is up to you what you write. I'm gonna blow this dry because I want to rest my hand. And that is definitely gonna take a while since it's so thick and globby. I'm just gonna cheat and blow it dry. So hold on, I'm sorry, this is kind of annoying. Don't think it's all the way dry. I'll just be a little bit careful. The style of lettering you use is completely up to you. You're welcome to obviously grab a pencil and sketch it out. Just do it very, very lightly, because it probably isn't going to erase the best. So very light-handedly, you can go in with a pencil to just sketch it out so you have something to trace. Now all my white is just kind of getting taken over by peach from the beach. Peach from the beach. I'm just gonna give myself a fresh little squirt so that I don't have other colors all stirred in with it because I was messy. I'm gonna write the ponds because my last name is Pond. And I'll start just right here with the. in there. And feel free to do another coat, however you want it. Perfectly fine. I'm gonna sign my name down here in the sand. Mix a little orange with some white. Just squeeze it in down here on the bottom. And done, I think. Let me just look it over one more time, because sometimes I think I'm done and I'm like, oh, I probably could have used this or that. But no, I think that turned out quite cute. When you're finished, feel free to sign your name or not. Completely up to you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, take pictures. I try to remind you guys in every video, take a picture and just upload it to my Facebook page, Willy-Nilly. I have a post pinned right at the top. You just comment it right in there and I can check it out. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.